advice on dating, especially when you're a single mom and a mom to a toddler. Any advice in that area for dating or meeting persons?
Okay. What have you tried so far? Like, what's your approach been to dating?
Um, Really, I don't get much time for myself because I work and I come home to the child. But I tried dating apps and
Okay.
that's a no-no. There's a lot of creeps on it.
Right.
I'm still on it, but sometimes I'm not really interested in going on it.
Okay. And how old are you?
32,
32. And how old is your child?
it's gonna be 3 this year.
Yeah. Do you have any help with the child?
Not presently, no.
That's going to be, I mean, how would you date then if you don't have any help with the child?
Well, usually, my mom would keep him, but I'm gonna go move closer to my mom anyway. So I think it'd probably be better then. And he was with his dad before, but now he's back with me.
You said you're going to move
But
in.
really,
You said you're going to move in with your mother?
no, I'm gonna move closer to my mom.
Closer to your mom. So realistically, how frequently would your mother be able to keep your child?
Weekends.
Weekends. Okay, that's workable. That's workable. So, what did your social life look like pre-child?
Oh, I was working and enjoying. I'm like always going on trips or going to the beach and
Right,
just having fun.
right,
Yeah.
right. I bet. I bet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Working and yeah.
okay. So we're gonna have to take a different approach when it comes to trying to get someone who's a bit more serious. Okay. So what I always tell both men and women to do is to put themselves in static environments. Right. There's two environments where you can meet people: dynamic environments and static environments. Okay. Dynamic environments are environments where every time you go, you'll see different people. So everything you
Mhm.
just listed was a dynamic environment. You would travel, you would go to the beach, right? Every time you go to those environments, you would see a different group of people. That's not ideal, right? Because if somebody would was to approach you, they would have to approach you right then and there because they're never going to see you again. That decreases the odds of it occurring. Okay? Now, static environments are the opposite. Those are environments where every time you go to those environments, you see the same people over and over again. Static environments historically has been have been the primary ways where we've connected with each other romantically because it's a more community approach to dating. So
Oh,
you
okay.
probably will remember it was easier to find romantic connections when you were in school.
Not really. I was busy in university studying.
But
I
just
was
general, not just your personal experience, but like people in school, it was easy to get boyfriend girlfriends in school, right? Why? Because you're seeing the same people over and over and over again.
right.
Historically, the workplace was how people found many spouses, right? So a lot of people got married to people in the workplace. I'm not telling people to do that. I'm just telling you that's why it happened that way. Because that was in an environment where you see the same people over and over and over again. When you see the same people over and over and over again, you start to build familiarity with that person, and familiarity can open the door to attraction. You may have experienced talking to a guy who at first you didn't really find him to be super attractive, but then over time, getting more touch points, being able to be more exposed to his energy and his personality, you began to be more attracted to him.
Okay.
You can only
Okay.
find that in a static environment. In a dynamic environment, you won't have enough time to build that connection. But in a
Right.
static environment, you
Mm-hmm.
do. So what do you do with this? Right? You I also tell people that an additional benefit of static environments is it filters for the qualities that you're looking for. So let's say you wanted someone who was like in good shape or prioritizes health and fitness. Then you can put
Right.
yourself, you can join like you can go to the gym at the same time every day. You could join a hiking club or run club, right? These will be static environments that select for men who prioritize their health and fitness. I had a client, a female client, who wanted men to be a bit more ambitious. and I recommended her to go to networking events or Toastmasters, which is a public speaking organization. Someone in that environment would be someone who is likely more ambitious. So the environment itself selects for the traits that you would like the person you're with to have. Does this make sense so
Right,
far?
right, okay. Yeah, I read a lot of these, especially on other social media sites, and yeah, it makes sense. It
Right.
does make sense.
Now, people don't want to do this because they don't want to go outside.
Yeah, that's me again. Sometimes I really don't want to go outside, but
Right.
I
But
have to like, put myself out there, yeah.
but you got to, because dating apps will give you speed. You'll be able to meet somebody fast, and they'll give you volume. You'll be able to meet a lot of people, but the cost of that speed and volume is quality.
Sorry, didn't get back?
I said dating apps will give you speed and volume. You'll be able to meet people quickly. You'll be able to meet a lot of people, but the cost of that is quality. You will not
Oh,
meet
yeah, definitely.
many quality individuals on dating apps. Dating apps is primarily the reason why so many people are complaining about dating, because that's where they're getting a lot of their dating experience. And it's
And
the
then
worst
I
place
want to meet
to get it.
like I want to probably go in the grocery store or somewhere. I just said the gym, the grocery store, or just like somewhere outside of the social media dating apps and those things. Organically, I want to meet someone.
Right. But again, the grocery store is a dynamic environment.
Okay.
Do you understand? I want this to really to land, because you said grocery store as if you didn't understand my other points.
Yeah, I do understand what you're
Okay.
saying. Yeah.
Okay. So the grocery store, it can happen. That's not to say dynamic environment. You can't find someone. You can't. Absolutely, you can. The odds are lower though. The odds are higher if you put yourself in a place where you see the same people over and over again. Again, the grocery store is not filtering for any traits. Everybody goes to the grocery store because everybody needs groceries.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not
Yeah,
filtering for any kind of traits when you do that. When you do the static environment, this is a very strategic play. I want this to really make sense to everybody. This is strategy here. A lot of y'all don't know how strategy works. You are moving with intention, and you have a purpose. A lot of y'all are having bad results because you're approaching this randomly. It's a random approach. You want to go to the grocery store, that's random, right? I get that there's a fantasy of like you go by the produce and then buddy approaches you. I get that. But it's not, practically speaking, it's not it has no strategic value. Because grocery stores are also not a place where people tend to talk. It's not an optimized social environment. People don't really engage in grocery stores. I don't go to the grocery store to talk. You understand?
Well, yeah.
Okay. So when you have a bit more strategy and plan, you can increase your effectiveness. Many people are struggling so much because they don't have a plan. They're just going random and wishing, hoping the shit works out. It don't work that way. Have some sort of plan. So this static environment, when you do move closer to your mother and you're able to get those weekends free, I would make it a priority to start identifying at least 2 static environments you can put yourself in, right? That like, so you write down what you're actually interested in doing, and then you write down the qualities that you want, the man that you want to have, and then where those 2 concentric circles connect in the middle, those should be the static environments. The static environments that are the combination of both of those lists are where you put yourself. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Pray for me. I'm going to New York, so so pray for me. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
No problem, love. Best of luck to you.
Mhm.
All right. I hope that landed. I don't have much confidence that it did, but I hope it did. So if you want your 1-hour coaching call, people, this icon right here, hit that button below, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Okay? Said it didn't land. You can kind of tell by people's tone and their responses whether or not something landed. I don't know if that one landed. I don't know. I hope it did, but I don't know. I'm not too confident. But yeah, when I talk to these people, I'm like, how have you been approaching things? It's like, well, I just take my dog on walks. And How's that been working for you? It hasn't. So what's your plan? To walk more. All right. Well, that's not going to work, is it? That's certainly not going to work. Ladies always got the most whimsical strategies. Whimsical strategies is a great way of saying it. Let's go out to a daisy field. Right. Right. Yeah, you gotta have some. I mean, guys do the same shit. This ain't even just a woman problem. It's like, guys, I talk to guys. What you been doing, bro? Oh, man, I just, I walk up to her and ask her for a number. So you walk up to a stranger, you just ask her for a number? Yeah. Well, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's certainly not gonna work. Rom-coms tell us that. Right. Yeah, I know it's like it's this fantasy. People say the grocery store is like a fantasy. It's the whole meet cute thing. But real life typically doesn't work that way. It can, but I wouldn't bet on it. All right. All right. Let's see. Who do we got? Who do we got? Yo,
Yeah.
what's going on, bro?
Already said about time, you feel me?
Yeah.
We don't got time for the depression. We gotta wake this shit up a little bit. I'm sorry, should I code switch? My bad, you already know.
You good. You good. Talk to me.
All right, for sure. So listen, remember last time I came through, right? I'm like, damn, I'm finna leave my, you know what I'm saying? My shorty, a little older than me. Ooh. We had difference on political views, but she bought me, she paid for my whole life. So I'm like,
The travels and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
sent me.
she
You sent me the pic.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, bro? I ain't talked to you in a minute.
Nice to meet you, you know what I'm saying? So I was gonna leave, right?
Right.
But remember she bought me, we went to Mexico, she bought me the 2026 Mustang GT for real. So I'm like,
Okay.
all right, well, I'm gonna stick around a little bit longer for real. and then now I'm in downtown Houston, I got a high rise for the ceiling. This bitch nice.
Right.
Nice. It's fuck. Can they stay here? But I know when she popping out, you feel me? I gotta I gotta lay low for real, cause the only thing she asked me for is no STDs, no babies. Wear a condom. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool, woo, that's cool. But niggas turning 29 this year. I want a baby. So like,
Okay.
I talk fast, baby. I'm sorry. I'm from Philly. All right, I'm gonna slow down for the comments.
You good.
So she bought me really nice things,
Yeah.
and all I gotta do is not bring home a baby, not get STDs, not wear a condom. Essentially, that's just like the you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But I love it for real. We went to Phuket, Thailand like 2 months ago. You feel me? I was with the monkeys and shit. It was cool. Like it was like I be getting new experiences for real.
Right.
You know, niggas be jealous and women be like, oh, who gonna be the man? Not me. Was you cool? She take care. Like what? I get everything. You feel me? Like,
Right.
Y'all got this for real. So I'm saying all this to say, I want a baby for real, but I ain't trying to come over the money. But like, is the baby worth it? I do love her for real. But like, thank you, man. I'm a comedian. I'm sorry, I just be wired for real. I be on go. But every time I come, I got an issue. So first I was all like, I'm gonna stand up for myself. Like, these are my political views. Fuck all that. I vote for everyone I vote for. But I want the baby. I do.
Right.
You feel me? I can't be 30 without no kid. Then I'm gonna be like, niggas look brain for real.
And she don't want any kids.
You know how old she is. Stop playing.
How old is she again? Remind me.
56.
She's 56?
Damn!
Why was I thinking 40 something?
Hell nah. Cause you seen that picture. I told you.
Yeah, the picture. She looked 40s in the picture. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling you, I told you she was fine shit because everybody was on my ass when I came last time.
Yeah, he won't lie. He won't lie. I had my doubts. And he was like, she's fine shit. I was like, fine shit for real? 50 something?
Telling y'all.
He
I'm
won't
telling
lie.
y'all for real. Like, I wouldn't lie to y'all.
He
Like,
won't
she's overly crackable. I promise.
He got him
But I
a little
love her
Claire
for real.
Huxtable. Go ahead.
I'm saying. You get the vision for real. Niggas don't know for real. Niggas don't know. Who 56? You said, yeah, she is 56. Stop.
And for the chat, tell them how old you are.
I'm 28. I'm going to be 29 November 1st. I'm a Scorpio.
All right, so she can't conceive, obviously. The eggs is going.
Yeah, she cooked. But
Right.
I'm not. So, like, I don't know. Overly crackable is a compliment, I promise. Sorry, let me not focus on the comments. Let me put my phone down. But yeah, so like, you think I should just have a baby and pop up with it? Because like, I feel like if I surprise her with it, I can kind of like, control the situation a little bit versus like, hearing somebody pregnant, like, damn, I can't fuck with you. Like, I can't afford this shit by myself. Like, what the fuck?
So you just trying to get a baby. You don't even want like the woman to come with it.
Nah, she can dip. I almost say my girl for real.
Okay. Okay.
But like, you know, my mom getting old for real. Like, my mom's 60. Like, so like, she deserve a grandkid from me. You feel me?
Right. Right. I don't think so. Why do you feel like if you just pop up with a baby, she'll take it?
Cause I feel like I can. This gonna sound bad, chat, but follow me. I feel like I can finesse the situation a little bit more if I pop up with a kid. You feel me? If I just come through, I am ready for a baby. I'll be a good dad. Stop, babe. Stop. Stop. I don't know what to say, but yeah, like, I'm not dating my mom. Let me start reading these comments. Hold on. I'm drawing. So if I pop up with a baby, you feel me? I feel like I can. I don't know. I feel like I can. I'm gonna be quiet because the chat every time I come here, the chat be trying to cook me. Like, what y'all want me to do? Chat, I'm not toxic. I'm sorry. Nobody can relate.
How frequently do y'all see one another?
When she in Houston, she lives in Houston, but I'm saying like when she's actually here, 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Okay. But she don't be pressuring me for real. Like if I'm in a section, like she was saying, she make it shake. But like I just know when she says she's sliding, that's a period. I make that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I did it.
Right.
But other than that, I had shit my way. Like she don't pressure me. She going to tell people like we text good morning, and she be like I got a busy day, and then she hit me back up at like 9 p.m. Like it ain't no like.
Yeah, the problem's gonna be you're dealing with someone who's like emotionally unavailable. You're pretty much like this is like a You're like dating the female Diddy.
No, fuck no. I ain't no hoe. We been spending time together. You feel me?
Nah. You date like you're like an escort in a sense. So
hell nah.
Yeah, you are.
I'll take you.
What do you think this is?
No, we really spent time
You're
together.
100% like an escort. Yes, you are. 1,000%. To her, you are.
Nobody put up like me for real. So
that's why she don't want intimacy, like emotional intimacy. So you're someone that she has there on her beck and call to give her what she needs when she needs it, right? Cool. You okay with that? That's fine because you're getting the financial provision, right? But the thing is, having the baby changed that dynamic. She don't want any kind of like bonds like that.
So keep it a secret.
If that's the route you want to go, if you can pull that off,
if you can come over here,
if you can pull that off, pull it off, brother. But it's like that ain't gonna be something she gonna be cool with.
Thank you, Crystal. I like some of it. See, it's always half and half. Some of your comments, they get the picture for real. Some niggas be hating, but at the end of the day, if niggas could be me, they would. I would be me too. This is fucking insane, but like, I go for the old shorties. Any niggas in the comments, talk to the Cougars. They the ones who want to drop the bag for real. All of this, make this love never find me. I ain't trying to find you either. I'm trying to get some money.
Well, yeah, bro. That's the move. All right.
That's definitely the move. You're my dog for real, cause you keep it real. Don't let. I mean, you be all like, all woo woo woo, love, but like, you get the vision for real.
Right.
I respect you.
Keep me posting how it goes, though.
You already know I'm gonna pop back up with some ultrasound pics. Bye.
All right, my man. Y'all can't take things so seriously, man. Sometimes come through, but that his situation is 100% accurate though. Like that's a real situation that he's in. He's called in before. It was our third time talking, but he was someone who called in like early live. We had like 20 people in here. So what he's saying is 100% factual. But I don't know if he has fully realized that he 100% is an escort to this woman. That's 1,000% what this dynamic is. She's not emotionally available. She's probably been hurt a lot before in the past. So she's like, all right, I just need me a little boy toy. Here are the rules, regulations. And then the first time he was complaining was about she didn't take his opinion seriously. I'm like, yeah, because you're an escort to her. You are a meat sack. So, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. All right, who we got next? Somebody said you the baby. Okay, who said that, first of all? Who said you the baby?
Oh. I'm fine.
That's like hilarious. Please expose yourself so I can give you the comment of the day award. Hello.
Oh, hello?
How you doing?
Oh, here we are. Hi. I had joined yesterday, but
I remember.
I guess I didn't ask as many questions as I should have.
This was a ramen noodle story, right?
Yes, that's the way. Yes.
Let's recap it for the chat real quick. This is prison bait, chat. This is the woman who has dated a few men who have been in the process of getting reformed. Okay. So what we got today, is it the same situation or is it something different you wanted to ask?
Well, like I said, I'm just really shy and I've never been online before. But
Okay.
a lot of the comments were saying I was lying, and it's like I really wasn't lying.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be bad.
No, I don't think you were lying. I think they picked up on the fact that like you were very quick to respond. I think I said that too, but I don't think you were lying. No. I think we had some people do some research as well, and we determined that you, in fact, definitely weren't lying.
No, I'm not. Wait, y'all did research?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We got some researchers in the chat for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
got your social, your address, all that. So we know you. You're not fibbing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't lying. But I guess my question is like, it's not like a typical like jail situation, I guess, or like, I don't know. So how do I like work on it, or how do I like? Because I'm not really trying to stop talking to the person. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in between. So I don't really know if that's like a self issue or like.
So how do you deal with this connection?
Yeah, basically.
Well, remember, so what we said yesterday, or whenever you called in, I think it was yesterday, you're only in this connection because you're not emotionally available. So you're selecting men who you know can't get too close to you. And you're like at the extreme of that because these men are incarcerated. Right. So if you want to be in a different situation, you have to get out of that like way of thinking, right? So the first step is just being aware if that's what's going on. Like you probably weren't aware of that before. Now you're aware, oh, I'm emotionally unavailable and I'm using these men, right? To give me like attention so that I can feel desired, because that's a good feeling for me. The first one, it was also like some sort of financial provisioning, but these are not men who you really want to be with. At best, this is a fantasy. That's why you got the tattoo of the first guy, right? Because you didn't meet these men yet. It's like you got a tattoo of them because you were in fantasy, not reality. If you if that person got out and you actually dated them, you would have also ended the connection.
The light-skinned felon from a few years back. Okay, I'm listening. I agreed quickly with you yesterday because I'm not gonna disagree. I mean, I'm asking you for your opinion.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I know that it's, I think about it a lot. So. Right. I know it's not the most normal thing to be doing, but right. I don't think I'm emotionally unavailable though. Mom, look at this. Okay, wait, hold on. I don't think I'm emotionally unavailable because I really think it's just coincidences. Like, I don't think it's like on purpose. I don't think I'm searching for it.
I would disagree because you're obviously an attractive woman. So you would have just naturally connected with a man in the real world, right? But there's a reason why, because you didn't connect with one guy. You said you didn't really like him like that. You just wanted physical intimacy, right? And it's like, there's a reason why you aren't connected with anyone in real life. And the only connections you had in recent memory are both guys who are incarcerated.
Right.
Now, you're probably able to be emotional. You probably don't think you're emotionally unavailable because when you talk to them, you probably are very vulnerable and sharing a lot of your inner world with them. But that's because they're not a threat because they're in prison.
Okay.
They're not a threat to you emotionally. They can't get but so close to you because they're locked up. You probably wouldn't be so vulnerable with a guy like that in real life
Okay. Okay.
What's the longest you've gone without like dealing with anybody romantically, even like talking or entertaining somebody?
Not long.
Right. How old are you?
25.
Gotcha. So that will be your growth phase, which will be you to spend some time by yourself.
Okay.
That's probably uncomfortable for you, but that's precisely why it's needed. You spend some time by yourself, you start to pour into yourself, find ways to make yourself happy. That'd be that'll be a step in the right direction.
Would like a reason be like conversation? I feel like regardless of where the conversation, like whether you're in jail or not, I don't know, but I'm big on conversation, like
Right.
deep talks. Wait a second.
Right.
So it's like I can have deep talks with people outside, but maybe because they're like, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't pinpoint it, so.
Right. No, I mean there's nothing wrong with you liking deep talks, but it's the if I remember correctly, you were like really hurt in the past relationship. I think with the father of your child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like essentially you're just avoiding experiencing that pain again. So you're trying to like have deep talks and get that payoff without experiencing the emotional pain.
No. Okay.
And the people in prison are not going to like hurt you emotionally like that. Right? So what I would do is the first step would be to like stop feeding these connections or this particular connection. So I will cut this off. It's not going to work, right? It's definitely not going to work. It might work short term, but this is certainly like for what he's locked up for. This is not going to work long term. This isn't your husband. You try to make this person your husband, you're in for another world of pain eventually, right? So just cut this off. I think long term. When you think long term, your decisions are always better. The more long term you can think, the better quality of a decision you will make, right? So like you're in nursing school, right? Are you a full-blown nurse now?
Almost.
Okay, so you're thinking long term there. You're like, okay, nurses make good money, blah, blah, blah. That's long term. That's a good decision. Make that same type of decision romantically. So think long term. So long term, how do you think life plays out with this person you're talking to who's in prison? Imagine he did get out and y'all formed a life together. How do you think long term life plays out?
I don't think it'll be any different.
Any different in what way?
From like what would like it being long term? How would it go wrong?
So
like
people's
because of the background.
People's character determines their future. So if you look at somebody's character, that will tell you how things are going to play out, right? So him being in prison doesn't necessarily mean that he has bad character. It makes it more likely, but doesn't guarantee it because you can change, right? People do change. But you have no evidence that this person has changed. You're seeing potential. Right. You never judge off of potential. You look at trajectory. Trajectory is different from potential. So if I was to meet you, let's say I wanted a woman who was like, was going to have a good career, right? I wouldn't take a woman seriously who just talked about having a good career one day, right? Because that's potential. But if I meet you, you're actively in school for a good career. So your trajectory is different, right? You're already on the way to doing that. Right. So that would be a better decision. You're looking at this person for their potential, but there's no trajectory to tell you that he's headed to a better direction.
Right. Okay. I guess I understand. Now, so as far as, okay, that's dating, like, in prison. What about dating outside? Like, because I just feel like once I pick up on a certain pattern or, I don't know, just any little, like, maybe like, okay, scheduling something or scheduling to meet and then it doesn't follow through. I take it personal, and I don't want to talk to the person anymore. And that's outside, like dating outside. Like so it's like I said yesterday, I end things quickly with people.
Right.
Because I feel like they're not being considerate of my time and,
Right. How are you finding these men outside?
Different ways. Social media. Some of them outside. Different ways.
Okay.
I'm not like going out much, but I'm starting to now.
Okay. And you said you want someone consistent.
Yeah, I'm big on consistency.
That's a trait that you value.
Constant communication. Like there has to be a communication every day.
Like once a day? Like how much communication are you looking for?
Yeah, throughout the day. And phone calls. A lot of people are not big on phone calls these days. A lot of people want to text. I'm not a texter. So I prefer being on the phone.
Okay. So every day on the phone for how long?
Every day on the phone for how long? At least an hour or two.
Okay. Any preferred time?
I'm sorry?
Any preferred time of day?
Preferably like at night.
Okay. Okay. So someone who's consistently going to be available at night and talk to you on the phone for an hour or two. Okay. And you haven't been able to find that in the real world?
No.
Okay. So you met men off social media and where else?
Mainly social media, I think. Yeah. Mainly social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That's the first problem is social media. So.
Well, I was dealing with one guy, and I really liked him outside, and we met like naturally at like his job, and he felt like I was moving too fast, so it didn't work out.
How long did you talk to him?
On and off for like 2 years, but it was, I don't know. We just argued every time we seen each other. It just was an argument. I can't really explain it to this day. I can't really explain the interaction.
What did y'all argue about?
That me moving too fast, and I feel like he wasn't moving fast enough.
Why did he say he thought you were moving too fast? What specifically about your behavior made him think you were moving too fast?
Constant communication throughout the day.
You're saying constant.
Seeing each other.
You're saying constant communication. So what does constant communication mean? You mean you're trying to talk throughout the day?
Yeah, if you go with like an hour or 2 or 3, there's nothing wrong with that. But like the whole day or like just once a day, that's like not okay.
Okay.
I don't think it's like excessive.
Okay. So, what's your social life look like?
I don't really have one, but I'm starting to get one now.
Okay. And is constant communication the only quality you want your man to have, or are there more qualities you want him to have? Do you want him to be ambitious? Do you want him to be in shape? So you do want him to be ambitious.
Yeah, I feel like at least, have some type of certificate, some type of, paper behind your name. Because I feel like no one can take that away from you.
Right.
But
so you do know that ambition and consistency of communication are inversely correlated. Meaning, the more ambitious somebody is, the less likely they're going to be able to communicate with you consistently.
Right.
This is why I suggested for you to spend some time alone without romantic connections so you can build your life out. You're making your romantic partner your life.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And part of the reason why you're dealing with men in prison is because they have all day to talk to you.
Yeah.
You said the one that you're currently dealing with has a phone. You met him on Instagram, so he is secretly talking to you. They have all day. You think that's going to be the same when they get out? No. They only have this time because they're locked up.
Right.
So your biggest issue, your biggest problem is that your life isn't big enough. You're
Yeah.
making the person you're romantically involved with your life, and they have a life of their own. So they can't be your life and then have their life simultaneously.
Yeah.
So you would have to find someone who also makes you their life. That ain't a person you're gonna really want. That's a fantasy that you'll entertain, but if you actually were to get that, you wouldn't like the experience of it. Because he probably wouldn't have any money.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Right.
Family friend.
Exactly. You can't get it both ways. You can't get someone who has all this time for you and then also like I can't date a woman who would have the expectations you have, because I wouldn't be able to do these lives. I wouldn't be able to talk to clients because that takes up all of my day. The little bit of time that I do have, I try to, engage with the person that I'm talking with. But it's like I don't have all day to do it. I don't even have all day to text. I can't text and then talk to you. Right? So you got to pick and choose. Once you build your life out, first step of that is you to remove romantic connections so you can create the space to build your life out. You start to find hobbies, clubs, interests, make more friends. You won't even want to talk to that person all day because you will have other things going on that fills up your cup. And then you make time to talk to that person. So at night, that's a reasonable expectation to talk for like an hour at night. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe at night you have that conversation. So you make the connections that you do have more quality. So you focus fully on them, they focus fully on you, right? That's how you want to build this out. You solve this problem, you'll naturally not want to deal with prison bay no more. And then you'll naturally start being able to actually make things work with people because you won't put so much pressure on the connection due to needing constant attention.
Right. Okay. So create have less time.
Right. First step, remove these romantic connections, especially the guys in prison, and then start thinking about the better approach is going to be think about what your values are, what's important to you in life. I'll give you an example. Me, I'm family oriented. I value health and fitness. I'm growth oriented, right? Those are some of my values. So I connect my behavior and my activity and my goals to those values, right? You need to do the same thing. You write your values down. What's important to you in life. Connect those values to hobbies, goals. As you make progress on those hobbies and goals, you'll start to feel proud of yourself. That feeling of being proud of yourself will check the same box that's being checked by this attention these men are giving you. Because that attention those men are giving you feels good to you. So you need to create more hobbies and activities that also make you feel good about yourself. When you can do things to make you feel good about yourself, you don't need somebody else outside of you to make you feel good. Right? So then you aren't as needy for a connection. Then you can actually start to choose people. Because when you need somebody, it's hard for you to choose a person. Right? You can more effectively choose a person when you don't need that person. So you doing everything that I'm telling you to do will put you in a position to where you don't need a romantic connection. That's when you can actually choose one that fits your life. Okay?
Okay, that makes sense.
All right. Well, you keep me posted on how things go. All right?
Thank you.
All right, love. You take care.
All right.
All right, people. If you want your 1 hour coaching call, this icon right here, hit that button below. Shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Okay? Make sure you book before slots are filled up. Okay. That was a good call. I think we gave her some good advice. I'm sure some of my shooters are already in those DMs currently. I got all the time in the world, baby. I can talk to you all day. All day long. Maya, how's Greece? What time is it in Greece right now? Buddy said, I'll fly you out. Oh, I'm having a ball. I'm seeing the food. I'm seeing the pics. I'm seeing the pics on IG. You got me wanting to go now. How long have you been on live for? I just got here. About an hour. I've been up for about an hour. That was a good call with Prison Bae. I know that's not her name, but that's what I know her as now. Prison Bae. But my shooters, well, actually, shooters don't shoot at Prison Bae because she needs to take some time off of dating. Let her build her life out before we shoot that way. I know I can't stop you. Some of y'all are already in those DMs, especially after she said that she's been dating from social media. So I can't blame you, but I would encourage you to give her some space. Coach, you ever dated a client and realized, damn, maybe you're nuts? I haven't. I have not dated a client yet, actually. My intention is to never do that, to be honest. So I gotta do weekend jail in 3 weeks. Gotta do weekend jail in 3 weeks. And don't tell Buddy in prison I told you to break up with him either, because I don't want them problems. I don't want those problems. I need some prayers. Prayers for what? Limitless Laurel. It just occurred to me the advice I gave you and the danger I could potentially be in now. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Man, you know how many relationships I've ended in this life? I'm sure there's a lot of men got their pitchforks right now. Where's he at? Where's that bald bastard? Oh, she left. That was my best eater. The man I'm in love with was detained by ICE and deported to El Salvador. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, love. But you also kind of ruined the vibe. We were having a good time. But prayers in the chat for Limitless Laurel. He watching by this live now. Yeah, he do got his phone. Chat rise at dawn. Right. Too late. He was watching. And there's crack just pacing in the cell right now. Oh, you look, I'm behind these bars, motherfucker. You lucky. I have ended quite a few relationships here. Not intentionally. It's just most people who come asking relationship questions, the answer is like, leave. You got to leave that. Eva is the only one in a relationship. We have some success stories, right? So we got Eva's in a relationship that potentially may result in marriage. Dejan is actually engaged and getting married. That's about it. But we do we do have some success stories. We got a few. My tone was like the list was going to continue, and I realized the list didn't continue. The list did not continue. But my clients have some good situations. So that's good. That's good. It's just my clients typically aren't like talking in the live. A lot of people I work with are lurkers. They lurk, you know? If you're also a lurker who wants help, your 1-hour coaching call, this icon right here, hit that button below, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. People sometimes still don't think that the calls are paid. And I'm like, why do you think when I say the word book, that implies a monetary exchange, right? And other people, I think, are expecting 1 hour of my time to cost $20. You are also incorrect. No, you're going to pay for that hour. You're going to pay. Most times if they need the advice from the live, it's not a good situation. Yeah, it's normally not a good situation. I have someone who chased me since 2022. Okay. All right. Nice. You should put him, connect him with Prison Bay because he clearly has some time on his hands, right? I made it to the finish line, but my teammate shit the bed. Right. Everyone seems to be a relationship coach nowadays. You think so? You throwing shade, Limitless Laurel? I hope that wasn't shade towards me. Because you got bigger problems to solve. Make me play Ice Ice Baby in this bitch. I'm petty like that. I'm petty like that. You're new here. You don't know how petty I can get. I would chill the fuck out if I were you. All right. Let's get another caller. Let's get another caller. Miriam. Let's see if at least one of them connects. Okay. I don't think LaSmile meant to come up. She normally doesn't request. Let me see if give Miriam another 5 to 10 seconds. Two, one, all right. See who else we got. Yeah, I know Tony meant to call in. I think she tried to call in yesterday. Yo.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Good. So I was on last night, and first of all, I'm not just randomly on TikTok during the middle of the day.
Okay.
I have a whole 9 to 5. I'm just off this week.
All right.
Just want to put that out there.
Uh-huh.
But I was on last night, and I listened intently when you talked about that one woman at your old job at the hospital and how just her aura and who she was attracted so many different people, and she wasn't necessarily the most attractive, just people was drawn to her.
Right.
I know who I am. That's me down to a nutshell. And I say that because people don't want me around their spouses, at least insecure people. The best girl relationships I have are with women who are secure in their relationship in themselves to where they don't mind having me around. But other than that, people don't want me around. I'm a single woman. They don't want me around because of my aura, because I'm nice. People men often think that my kindness is flirtation. And I don't know how to deal with that. I'm not going to change. Like, I'm not flirting with people. I am who I am, and it took me a lot of self-work to get to this bright side of my life. My question is, from a male's perspective, since you've seen a woman like this, what does it look like when a guy who's truly interested approaches a woman like that?
Approaches a woman who has the same kind of vibe that you have?
Yes, and it might sound conceited and egotistical, but it's not. I know who I am at this point, and that is me. And I've lost friends. I mean, guys don't approach me genuinely. Like, it's a hard world out here. So when a guy,
I'm confused in like the situation what the actual problem is, because like you use the example of what I the woman I was talking about last night. She didn't have any problems getting approached.
No, and that's the problem, was she was cheating on her man and getting approached by all the wrong people. So my question is,
No, shit, that was a problem. But the problem that you're describing, those two things don't go together. So she was getting approached by just people. It wasn't people who were the wrong people. It were people who did not know she was in a relationship, right? So because of the vibe that she had, it made people want to approach her. It made people want to ask her out. It made people want to engage her. She had no issues with getting the attention of men in general, and quite like men that you would consider to be kind of higher in quality too. So
right.
there might be a disconnect here because you're describing that you had what she has, but you're not getting the outcome that she
Oh no,
got.
I'm getting approached, but it's not by, like, I don't feel like anyone's genuine, because
Okay.
everyone, like at my job, I have to stay in my office all the time. So everyone approaches, and I don't know who has nefarious intentions, who just think I'm easy to get. Like, it's tough. So I do have.
So why are you
people-
assuming that they may have nefarious intent? Like, have you had experiences that would suggest that? Like, what makes that an assumption?
Absolutely, I have.
Okay.
I've had married men approach me. So then, what does it look like coming from a guy who's genuinely interested? Like, what does that approach look like? So you see this woman, she's not married, she's single. How would you, as a man, approach her?
That's not something that you'll be able to tell from like the initial interaction. Like when you have that type of vibe, you're just going to be attractive across the board. So that means you'll be attractive to men who are good quality men. You'll also be attracted to men who want you on their wives. Because you're generally attractive. Right? So you're trying to discern at the outset what a person's intentions are. You can't.
No, not their intentions, but like what to look for in a guy who's genuine when they approach somebody like that. Because I admit my aura can be intimidating to people. I guess not to a man, honestly. To a real man, it would be intimidating. So I'm just trying to decipher like which guys to give that attention to.
Yeah, but like the build up of this, your problem isn't a problem that's
to my own horn.
right.
Andrea, yes, I am.
Right.
I am, because
Okay.
I know who I am.
Okay. All right. But your problem is not a problem that's being created by everything else that you just said in this call. That's not like none of that is creating your problem, right? That's like gratifying to your ego. You being this type of woman who's just very, attractive and stimulating, and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, that makes you feel good, right? Who wouldn't want that type of lifestyle? But the problem that you just explained to me has nothing to do with how you described it. You just don't know what man to pick. Is essentially your problem.
So who wouldn't want that lifestyle is somebody who's been living in it, because it's not as easy or glamorous as it might sound.
Right. What I'm telling you is that the way that you're describing your situation has nothing to do with the problem that you're facing. You're having a problem that every other woman calls in and has. How do I tell which men I should pick?
No, not which ones I should pick, but
Yeah, that's pretty much what your situation is. Like, how do I know which one is the one who has the good intention? Every woman, various ages, has that problem. It's not like you're in this special situation. It's like you're having the same problem that the vast majority of women have, which is like, okay, how do I know which men are genuine and which ones aren't? Right? That's not being created by this special energy that you have. It's just a problem that women have. Right? So, answer is time.
okay.
Consistency of behavior over time, and you just observe and don't delude yourself in the process. Because the cliche that women kind of fall in love with what they hear is a lot of women were talking about like how men are like these master manipulators. A lot of the time it's not the case. It's more so you want something to be true, and then you'll convince yourself that it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, you want to be married, you want to be in a relationship. So if somebody just starts to talk a good game, or even not even a good game, a decent game, you'll do most of the convincing yourself to yourself because you want that to be true so bad. That's the trap that women fall into. Not that men are just so psychologically advanced into manipulation. It's just more so you just want it to be true so much that you get bamboozled, right? So consistency over time, and then do your best to keep yourself grounded.
Okay.
Do your best to
That
keep
makes sense.
yourself grounded. Because people can only pretend for so long,
Mm-hmm.
right? You give somebody, that's where like the whole 3 month rule comes from, right? It's like, it's been advised to not get into relationships before 90 days have elapsed. Because people who are wearing a mask, they can't wear it for that long. It gets exhausting.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, I understand. For those who say, "Oh, she don't understand. She don't have Zora." I'm not looking for anybody's validation. I know who I am. But hearing you explain it more, it makes sense of, just time. Other women have this problem. I just heard you talking about it last night to this woman, and that's kind of the life that I live. So literally, I won't go out. Like your coaching has been saying, go out, meet people, go out. And I'm like, I attract everybody. How do I like kind of sift through the shit and pick the right person? And yes, it's okay to have a healthy ego, not egotistical. It's okay to have a healthy ego about yourself, especially if you've done the work and you put in the time. So
There's nothing wrong with that, love, but true confidence whispers.
that's true.
So the
That's
same
true.
woman who I was just talking about, she would never say all those things about herself. She would just let you observe it. So that's
You have
another thing.
self-esteem issues.
That's
Talk to
another.
people in prison.
No. I'm talking about the woman who from my job, not the one who called in
I'm not the
recently.
prison babe.
Right. But still, even that, right? Like, look how much joy you got by putting her down. It's your ego needs some work. I gotta be honest
No,
with you.
I'm reading the comments and listening
Right.
to you, and that's why
Right. But
I'm
I
doing two
like
different
the ego
things.
needs some work though, because it's even you're noticing it because you're looking for it. You're reading the comments because you're looking for some sort of validation from the comments, right?
No, comments are
So
funny.
right now we're deflecting, but it's like you got to do some work there because that's going to be the real thing that's going to be off putting. You start getting around, man, talking about how great you are. That's going to turn them off. Just
No,
let
that's
it
the
just
thing
let
that
it be just
during
let it
the
be let it be felt. If it's real, it'll be felt. You don't got to be verbally communicated. Okay?
So this is an assumption that I do this to every guy I meet. I wouldn't get on some random guy's platform and say all the parts of who I am. This is
Right.
not who I am in my walking day. But I'm sure people are going to assume from a 2 to 3 minute conversation of who I am,
Right.
and that's not true. I'm just getting on here because it's fun, and I really value your advice.
Okay.
Because I've seen you give great advice before, but this is
Right.
not me walking up to somebody saying, "Oh, I'm great, listen to me." No, I know who I am. I don't
Right.
go up and have to tell anybody. Like I said, my aura just shines, and that's okay. I'm not going to tone my ego down because I don't feel like in my everyday life, this is my ego. It's not an everyday thing. This is just right here between you and a bunch of 287 random strangers. I promise you.
Okay. All right. Well, I wish you the best, love. Keep me posted, all right?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Take care. That was a rough one. We made it through it, though. We made it through it. Whew, that was a rough one. We made it through it, though. We did it. We should, round of applause for the chat. We got through it. But, yes, I would tell you with 100% certainty. Here's the thing. For those of you who understand things about psychology, right? When people try to convince you of something, the opposite is normally true. When they're trying to convince you, the opposite is normally true. Because the convincing is coming from compensation. Right? And I wish more people knew that because it would probably change their behavior. So those of you who are trying to discern when it comes to like partner choice, that's another heuristic. What are they trying to convince you of? Are they just simply expressing themselves, or are they putting a lot of effort into convincing you of something? Well, I'm an honest person. I don't lie at all. I'm honest. I'm trying to say, people always say how honest I am. Well, you sound like a liar because you're trying to convince. Why not just be honest? You're trying to convince me that you're honest, though. Why is that? You know, another trait of high confidence is allowing yourself to be misunderstood. So people who, let's say somebody didn't make an inaccurate assumption about you. The most confident people literally don't care. They don't care how, they don't feel convicted to convince you on how wrong you are. They will just let you be wrong because they don't care. They're so confident in themselves, they don't care. They're not going to explain themselves to you. But when you need someone to understand, no, I need you to understand how wrong you are. No, you got me all wrong. The opposite. It's the opposite. So guys, that's some game because a lot of you guys do that. A lot of you guys, a woman will say something about you and you get reactive. Let yourself be misunderstood. It's a sign of confidence. It's a sign of confidence. I'm not that confident yet. That's very healthy, okay? That you just admitted that you're not that confident yet. That means I have faith that you'll get there one day. I wouldn't have any faith in you if you try to pretend like you were there already. It's not necessary. It's not necessary, okay? A lot of you have to understand people can see. People are perceptive. They can see things. They can see. What's that statement? Bob Marley says it, but I think it's a quote attributed to Abraham Lincoln. You can fool all of the people some of the time and some of the people all of the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Somebody gonna know. So it's best to just, be honest. Be good, but don't waste time proving it. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, somebody gonna know. You know, people come on social media and pretend. I'm not talking about the lady who just called in. I'm talking about like in general. Like you've known someone from your hometown or something like that. Someone that's new from high school. And they just create this like very fake persona. And it's like, that's not you. You do know. We can see you, right? You do know people can actually see you who know you for real. I know a guy who dropped out of high school and told everybody he graduated early. That didn't happen. You didn't do that. That's not what happened at all. You do know that some people actually know you for real, right? If multiple women don't want you around their husband, there's a problem. That's directionally accurate. That is directionally accurate. Because you can be friendly, but you got to have some wisdom with it, right? Like, I'm not super friendly with my friends who are married. Most of my friends are married. I'm not super friendly with their wives, man. I speak. Hey, Keisha. You threw it down in the kitchen, girl. Good ass steak. All right. See you later. All right. We're not overly buddy. It's out of respect, you know? It's out of respect. It's out of respect. Maya, I told you either in or out. Maya, what's going on? I know you in Greece right now. You're having a good time, the bubbly, it's flowing, you know what I mean? But the rules of the life is you either in or out. You letting the air out. Huh? You're letting the AC out. Keep that door closed. She addicted to being late. You would think when the time changed, Maya would be on time. No, she not. I'll be swiping my fingers on accident. Right. How many people went to Greece with you, Maya? This makes me even more late. How many people went with you? Y'all like the light skin brigade out there. I saw the picture you posted. I'm like, oh, she's all light skinned people. Okay, a little light bright convention. Looking like a constellation out there in Greece. It's the Big Dipper. That's the name of y'all group, the Big Dipper. I don't go out of my way to look at anyone's husband. I don't touch them. Very surface level. Right. Right. That's the way to be. You gotta be wise. You gotta be wise and look at the feedback that's being received. Okay, who else we got? It's me and my bestie. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. What can I do for you?
I was on here a couple days ago.
Okay.
You told me to communicate and about like how I feel about the situation with my boyfriend going out of town, like clubbing and stuff, being in the club like the past month.
I remember that.
Yeah. So Monday I ended up sitting down and having that conversation with him, expressed to him like how I felt about it. I made me uncomfortable about it, and he flat out told me, "Oh, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, I won't go." I was like, "Okay." And it was settled. So we had that conversation, and then fast forward to this morning, as he was dropping me off at work, he mentions, that he still wants to go. He'll communicate when he's out there. It's his friend's birthday. He's talked about how she came all the way. She drove over from New York to Mass for his graduation. It would be weird if he didn't go celebrate hers. And just that. And I'm like, honestly, I already said everything that I had, like everything I felt about the situation. It's like, I don't even know what to say anymore because he really wants to go. And it's like, I really wouldn't have a problem if he was just going to, like, go for a cookout, whatever, hang out a little bit, and then he was on his way home. But, like, staying overnight, like, it's, like, in the club, drunk, again for another weekend in a row, it's like, I just don't feel comfortable with it. It's like, I don't know how many times I have to express that to him for him to get that.
Right.
Yeah, I suggested, I was like, I told him, I said, it was one thing if I was going with you, or it was just a case where you guys were just going to hang out, celebrate a cookout, acknowledge your birthday, and then you're coming home. But even if you did decide you wanted to leave, go to the club and leave, you still wouldn't be getting back to Massachusetts till 5, 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, he really didn't say that I can't go. Like, he never, like, set out his mouth. But he's saying he's going with his friends. Like, he's riding in the car with his friends. You know what I mean? Me personally, I don't think that he wants me to go. That's how I'm feeling. So it's like, I don't really know what to do in this situation. And he was telling me that, we'll talk about it again later. But I feel like it's just going to be the same conversation of him just telling me again that he wants to go.
When you had the conversation with him, I vaguely remember your story. It was more so the pattern of him going out in general, not necessarily this isolated event.
Yeah, that kind of contributes to it. I'm not trying to, like, keep him in the house. Like, it's your friend's birthday, you want to go out once in a while, have fun, whatever. It's like, and it's mainly like, you're going out and clubbing, like, out of state all night, It's just, I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable with that. It's like, I show the same respect.
Right.
And I ask him before I go out, or my friends want me to go out or do anything, out of respect, I ask them, like, do you feel comfortable with this?
Right. But when you had this conversation recently, did you talk more so to the general pattern or just this isolated situation?
Yes, the general pattern, how I felt, everything. He just said, okay, if you don't feel comfortable with it, I will go. And then this morning he's changing his mind again.
Okay. So, and what's your concern here? What do you think? What specifically are you uncomfortable with, and why are you uncomfortable with it?
Mostly just the club part. It's like, okay, if he's, and it's like out of state, if something happens, like I'm not even near, like I said, he communicate when he's out drunk, having like fun with his friends and stuff. The communication is it starts becoming very low, or he'll do things like go places like the club without telling me, whatever. I don't hear from him, and he'll come back like, my friend died, Like, it's like, if there was more communication and I felt more like comfortable with him communicating with me and like letting me know what's going on, what's happening, and
okay, well let's go a layer deeper. Why do you need him to communicate with you while he's out?
Because I feel like the clubbing scene, the always going out and getting drunk every weekend, I feel like that is a single person activity, you know. People do that when they're single and not invested in a relationship where they need to be around people and drunk and in a vulnerable place where people are looking to be, you know, be intimate with other people or
Right.
looking for, you know.
So the core concern is cheating.
Yes and no. It's like it's more like a respect and boundaries type of thing. It's like if you want to be clubbing and partying every weekend, you might as well be single.
Yeah, but that's the core concern is cheating. That's why you said it's a single person's activity. You know that in the club there's going to be other women there, and the assumption is that if you're in the club, then you're probably available. You're not wrong for having this fear, by the way. That's not what I'm trying to tell you. You're not wrong for being concerned about that. But that's what the real fear is. We have to talk to the real fear because that's how you solve the problem ultimately. Now, the problem that I see here immediately is both of y'all go out. So it's like you really can't have it both ways, right? Like for me, I'm not dating nobody who's clubbing. Period. This isn't like, oh, just not. How about twice a month instead of 4 times a month? No. How about not at all? That's it. Because I agree with you. That is a single person's activity. So I'm not going to the club. So I'm not dating someone who's going to the club because I view that as a single person's activity. It is a place where bad decisions are typically made. It is unwise to be in a relationship and putting yourself in that environment. I'm not really black and white on things. There's a few things I'm black and white on. This is one of them. There's no debate here, right? But you want to go out too.
It's not that I want to go out. Like, honestly, I don't mind staying home. Like, I'm not really a clubbing type of person. You know, sometimes my friends will text me, like, oh, please come out with us. Please come out with us. And then I'm like, okay, let me see if my boyfriend's comfortable with that. You know what I mean? It's like, and if I'm going out, like, I'm here, you know, I'm probably going to see him afterwards, you know what I mean? But it's like, he's going to be out of state. Like, he's going to be there overnight, you know?
Right.
Know.
But,
like,
but it's
I don't go out every weekend. I go out once a month, maybe.
Right, but that doesn't give you strong negotiation power because it's too.
That's what he was kind of using. He was like, "Oh, but you."
Exactly, that's the point that I'm making. You can't say, "Oh, well, I randomly go out once a month, so I need you to constrain this to once a month," because it's like, well, that doesn't the amount doesn't really matter, right? Because that won't even really make you feel better too, honestly. Because the core problem is fears of cheating. If he was to reduce the amount of times he goes out to once a month and he still doesn't communicate while he's out, you're going to still have a problem. You just don't know it yet because you haven't experienced it yet. But I can promise you, this problem you don't magically feel better because he's reduced the amount. It's going to still be a problem if he's going out into an environment that you perceive to be a place where single people go and then he just magically can't communicate anymore. You're going to still feel very anxious or insecure about that. So the better position would be, hey, how about we both don't go to clubs anymore? Right? Now that's going to be a hard ask because you met him while he was already doing that. This is why you have to be intentional about the people that you choose to connect with, right? You want them to already be living the type of lifestyle that you would want them to live. Okay? People in the chat, I know that y'all are hyper fixating on this one situation. I need y'all to understand, this was a complaint of hers before this situation. She did not like him going out to the club frequently in general. This is just an extreme situation, but this is not the core problem. Okay? Now back to you. The better approach is going to be, hey, we both should just not go to the club, right? Now, that has low odds of working. There's low odds of working because you met a person who likes to go to the club and you got in a relationship with him. I think the last conversation you said that you thought getting into a relationship would make him not want to do it that much. But it's not.
Yeah, because he expressed like, oh, I'm invested in this, you know.
Right.
We're going to set boundaries and do all that. And it's like with this situation, his main point that he's trying to push on me to get me to agree is, oh, it's my friend's birthday. She came all the way out here for me. It would be weird if I don't go out there for her. It's not like I'm just going out to New York just to go and club, whatever.
Right. Right. This situation, if you can go, I don't see any harm of like asking, can you go? That'll probably give you a bit more data. See how he reacts to you even requesting going, even if you don't want to go. That'll be good data to see like if he tries to prevent that from happening. But even if you do go, that doesn't solve your problem again. This is a surface level problem. There's a deeper problem here, and y'all are out of alignment. This is ultimately a compatibility issue. It's a compatibility
I don't think
issue.
he wants me to go though, because he specifically wants to go with his friends. Like,
Right.
because I had already mentioned like, oh, one thing if I went, she was like, oh yeah, definitely. Maureen definitely wouldn't have a problem with you going. She likes you. But it's like, I don't know. He never really like says like he doesn't want me to go. He wants to go with his friends. Because he said he's not driving. His friends are driving.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. But you're assuming that, and then it's also they're going for a woman.
You said what?
I said you're assuming that, but they're also going for a woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Right. So I would still advise you to like just try, see if you can go, see if that's something that he's okay with. Okay.
and if he pushes back on that,
If he pushes back in that, then that's a bit more data that you have, right? You see exactly how he pushes back on it. But again, you have a deeper problem. It's this one-off situation is not your real problem.
yeah,
The real problem is that you're out of alignment. You're not going to be able to even like somewhat convince this person not to go out and party anymore if you're still doing it.
yeah, and like I said, I'm in a relationship. Like I'm invested in it. It's like if my partner doesn't feel comfortable with me doing something.
No, you keep framing it as if he doesn't feel comfortable. Of course he's going to feel comfortable if he wants to do it himself.
That is true.
If he wants to go out clubbing, of course he's going to be comfortable with you going out doing it, right? You can't be persuasive or have strong negotiating power if you're actively doing a thing you don't want him doing. So you get a stronger positioning if you don't go out at all.
Yeah, that's true. Because like I said, I did ask him if he felt comfortable, and he said he didn't. But I don't know if it was like more of one. He said, "Oh, I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with you going. Like you can go, so he could do it." It's like I don't want that to be like a constant thing. It's like if you want to go out with your friends once in a while, I'm not gonna like stay home every time. I don't really go back and forth about that, but it's like I feel like he takes it. You give him an inch, he takes a mile. That's how I'm feeling right now.
Right. So that's my perspective on it, love. Like, that's how I would play it. It has low odds of working, again, because this is the type of person that you met. Sounds like he enjoys himself when he's out. So, you got to do with that what you will. All right?
All right, thank you.
No problem, love. Best of luck.
Bye.
Someone said, I don't think she's hearing the important part. I don't think so either. I don't think the actual message landed. Possibly. Hope so. It's possible. But I don't know. Because there's a deeper issue. I think that you know what? I think the reason why it probably didn't land is because she still wants to go out herself. She doesn't want to not go out at all. So me saying, hey, you should probably not go out at all. Like, well, that's not going to happen. So what else can I do? It's like, well, you're in a tough spot then. In a tough spot. You got to choose people who are already in alignment with what you want, not someone who you think is going to mold. Don't bet on change. Don't bet on change. Okay? But if you want to change, you want your situation to change, you get your 1 hour coaching call. This icon right here, hit that button below, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your 1 hour coaching call. Make sure you get it before slots get filled. All right? We have a few slots per day. Is it possible to get what she's looking for where they both go out? Yeah. There's no problem with that. There's people who are in relationships and they both go out. Or one person goes out and the other person doesn't. Like they go out with their friends. Like there's people who do that. They're okay with it though. They don't mind the other person like not communicating and stuff like that because they just trust them, right? But if that's not how you're wired, you got to know yourself. If you know you can't handle that, then don't put yourself in that situation. People are different. There's some people who are okay with their person sleeping with other people. That's how they're wired. You got to know how you're wired. I make a club in my house, right? Just in the kitchen, throwing ass, huh? Just throwing ass in the kitchen. Knocking over the salt shaker, all types of shit. All right, what time is it? 1:40. Kim, you say you're not throwing ass in the kitchen? Well, it doesn't sound like your club at your house is fun. Better be free admission, because that does not sound like a fun house, clubhouse. You got a Mickey Mouse clubhouse. What you got? In the den. I like what you did there. That was a nice save. Nice save. All right. Let's get another caller. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Thanks for letting me join. Anyways, I'm nervous again. I was on the call like 2 days ago. You probably don't remember, but I talked about the guy that is still kind of entangled with his ex, and you said not to entertain him. The one that they both cheated on each other. Do you remember?
I don't remember. That's weird. Normally I remember stuff like that, but it sounds like advice I would give for sure.
Yeah. But anyways, I actually had a different question. Because you were talking about like trust with the other lady just now, and I was thinking of like in my previous relationship, I've been like reflecting on things I could have done differently and blah blah blah. And there was one situation that I don't know if I was like wrong in it, and I don't know if like just for the future if it's something that if it makes sense that I was bothered by it or not. Like I guess I just need like advice or an opinion on it in terms of boundaries. So there was like a situation where my ex, like his best friend called him and he was like, oh, do you want to go hiking with me and 2 other girls? And I don't know why that bothered me. I think I brought it up to him and I was like, I don't feel comfortable with the fact that your friend feels comfortable asking you to go hiking with 2 other girls. Like it felt like a 2-man type of situation, if that makes sense. Whereas I'm like, why couldn't he ask one of your single friends, or why couldn't he say like me and you can go together hiking? And we kind of had like a back and forth about it where he felt like it was not a big deal because he felt like I didn't trust him to be able to go hiking, because he's like, do you just not trust me around women? And I'm like, no, I trust you around women. It's just I didn't feel comfortable that your friend was asking you to go hiking rather than asking me to come with you, if that makes sense. And I guess we just saw the situation differently, and I started to question myself if maybe it was wrong of me to bring that up. Yeah.
No,
it's not my boyfriend, like it's my ex. I just want to know if for future relationships, if that's something that like I shouldn't bring up, like something I shouldn't be bothered by. Also, another thing, he used to say that if he spends a lot of time with another person, he might grow feelings. So I think there was a little bit of insecurity there as well, that I was feeling. So
no, yeah. I get it for sure. So I like to make this distinction between things being like morally right and wrong and things being unwise. If you're in a relationship, it's unwise to be spending time with the opposite sex. Unless it's like a necessary type of interaction. It's not morally wrong. It's just unwise. Right. So, because feelings develop, even if you don't intend for them to.
Yeah.
Even if you don't intend for them to.
That's what I was scared of.
Right. And especially considering that he's already told you spending time with someone is how that kind of works for him, right? So he's already telling you that he's wired to kind of fall into that exact type of situation. And I kind of resent when people like play this card of like, they should be able to do X, Y, and Z. Well, they can because they have free will. They just won't do it here, right? It's unwise. It's unwise for you to be hanging out with dudes one-on-one when you know you're in a relationship, even if you don't have any negative intent. Y'all remember the caller from last night? She kissed her coworker when she was out drunk, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that," right? She didn't have intentions of doing that. She kind of fell into that situation. That's what happens when you do unwise shit. You should not be. I remember I watched it was a episode on it was years ago. I saw this special on TV when it was about black love, right? And they had like a whole bunch of like C-list and D-list celebrities. And they were all married. And one guy was saying that he does not go to any parties. He gets invited a lot because he's in Hollywood, he's an actor. He's like, I don't go. And the interviewer asked him why. And he was like, because I know the flesh is weak. So I don't even put myself in those situations. Right, I'm not even deluding myself to thinking that I'm so strong that I can resist temptation. That the flesh is weak, so I just don't put myself in that situation. If you're going on a diet, you probably shouldn't buy donuts and put them in the house. Right? Why even put yourself in the situation where you even need discipline?
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I said, but I think I tend to sometimes question myself because I've not had the best dating life. Right. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if my boundaries make sense or if I'm being controlling or, like it's a tricky one because we just saw the situation very differently. And I'm just trying to like reflect on how to have like a healthy relationship in the future. So it's just like when you guys were talking about the trust thing, I was like, oh yeah, I had this situation and I kind of want to know, was I wrong or was I right to bring it up to him? Because it was like a really big like back and forth. Like he was like I feel like you don't trust me and blah blah blah. Like shouldn't it be on me that if I do something, like I'm not gonna do anything, and like if they're coming on to me, like I'm not gonna do anything. And I'm like, yeah, but the fact that your friend even felt comfortable enough to just ask you to go on a 2-man hike thing that's what kind of really bothered me, because I do trust you, but it's like, why does he feel comfortable to ask someone in a relationship to go hiking?
So the nuance there is you don't try to control the person, right? Like, because someone who wants to cheat on you is going to cheat on you regardless. Exactly. So you don't try to micromanage like their behavior. You do express your preferences, and then you choose somebody who just also values doing things in a wise way. So like from the very beginning, that kind of stuff, right? You just choose someone who already kind of thinks that way, not someone that you need to convince to start thinking that way, because then you already kind of missed the target by choosing someone who's on a different page.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't choose a woman who's like has all these male friends she hangs out with all the time. It's not wise, man. I've been there, done that. Especially someone who like is hanging around with exes. That's a real big red flag. Big real red flag, right? It's just an unwise situation. So now, and they may not ever do anything, right? But you still have to make prudent, wise choices. That would be the wrong person to kind of invest in. So especially when we get into like serious relationships, it's just because people try to tell you, well, but then they also like some people have experienced people ending up with the same person they told you not to worry about.
Oh yeah, true.
They break up, and then the next person they're with is the exact person they told you not to worry about. People know what they're doing a lot of times too.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was like a really big thing with us. Like every time I would bring up a boundary, it would always be like, do you just not like me being around girls? And I'm like, it's not about that. Like, I'm not insecure. Like, I'm good. It's just certain things I have boundaries about. But anyways, moving on, I actually do have another question. It's back to what we talked about 2 days ago. So let me try to refresh your mind. I talked about the guy that his ex-girlfriend had cheated on him and he cheated back, and you said that he has a vindictive spirit. I don't know if that's maybe bringing back recollection of the talk. Okay, so I forgot to add that if the person is aware that they were being vindictive and being immature at the time, and they're taking accountability and they're saying like I don't think it's responsible of me to jump into a relationship. I think I need time to heal and actually work on myself and be better. Do you think that changes, like, if you should continue to entertain them and give them time, or like should you still just cut it off?
What's the contest? Is he still trying to deal with you while he's taking time?
Um, like right now, he was saying like he's just in a space where he's not ready, and he just like really needs time because he needs to heal, and he feels like he can't really give me what I need right now.
Right.
But he knows he's capable of it, and he's just taking accountability of like the things that he's done in his past relationship and stuff.
Okay.
But he feels like he just wants to work on himself to be better, if that makes sense.
Got you. But my question is he still wanting to deal with you while he heals?
It seems so. Like, I think right now I'm a bit confused. I'm not gonna lie, because we haven't, like, the last time we talked was Sunday. We had like this back and forth where he was like kind of emotional, like he was a drunk and he was very emotional, and he was like, I'm just broken, like I don't know if I can give you what you need right now, I just need time and blah blah blah. And it seemed like he's saying that he still wants to deal with me. He was like, in the future, you know, this and that, blah 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 blah, but right now I can't do it.
Yeah, if he's healing, that's fine, but healing will require for him to take space from dealing with you. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right now we're not, like, we haven't talked for like 2 days.
Okay, good. Well, then that's fine. I would say that's mature.
Okay, so like you think I should
I
not
wouldn't-
necessarily wait. I'm gonna do my own thing.
I was
I
about
said
to say, I
we should
wouldn't
just
wait.
be friends for now, but like, do you think
Nah,
I should, like,
I
if he
wouldn't.
does come back, give him the chance?
If you happen to be available, but I wouldn't do the be friends thing. Sometimes people try to put you, like, say the friends thing so they can still, like, sleep with you.
Oh.
So, yeah, I wouldn't entertain him at all. I would quite literally give him all the space that he's asking for and go live your life. And if it happens to where he comes back around and you're still available, then I don't see any harm in entertaining it. That doesn't mean to delude yourself and just not really take nobody serious until he comes back around either.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye.
You take care. All right. No more calls. If you have a question, y'all can drop it in the chat. But no more calls. Got some good calls today. Black people never change a smoke detector battery. Why? Who here has insight as to why that is? Who has insight as to why my people will just make peace with that beep? They'll treat it like a long lost relative. Little beep beep. I changed my shit. I don't like it. I can't sleep with it. I hear it every time it goes off. But so many. I'll be scrolling TikTok and I'll see like a black person talking and I'm trying to listen to their point. Beep. Fuck. We gotta change the battery, man. That's not true. Other colors do too. We don't study it. Nah, I'm not saying no other people do it. We do it in larger order. That's not debatable. That's not debatable. It's okay to admit that. It's okay. We can admit that. we can. It's okay to admit that. Because I definitely see it more with us than anybody else. There's no debate there at all. 100%. They're beating. Should be beefing. That should really be beefing. I don't know what it is. I would love to. I have no hypothesis either as to why that's okay in our households. Huh. I just had a hypothesis pop. I'm not going to share it though. I'm not sharing what just popped in my head, but I'm here to uplift, not tear down. We got bigger fish to fry. Okay. Not all households like that. Right. Yeah, I said like myself. I changed mine. But I don't know if I changed mine in order to, like, you know, not be part of the stereotype. Maybe if I didn't care about the stereotype, I would let that shit ring. Might be concerned when you don't hear the beep. Where a little beep beep? I know somebody didn't change that battery. I changed mine so it works, right? Now I don't change it immediately. If you're gonna get a couple of beeps gonna ring out. I'm gonna need about 30 beeps before I change that bitch. But it's gonna get changed. 30th beep, it's like, all right, that's enough. That's enough beeps. Let me change this thing now. Can't change on the first beep. Come on now. First beep, you can't change it. They'll take your black card if they change it on the first beep. You gotta let a couple of beeps go, then you change it. But some of y'all shit will never work again. The battery's never getting changed. It'll never work again. You just rolling the dice, hoping that no fire breaks out. What's gonna wake you up is you coughing on that smoke, not the beep. Your cough is now the smoke alarm. You swap the real smoke alarm for coughing. By then it's too late. Ain't that what does people in when there's fires in the house? It's like the smoke is what does it. That beep is ancestral. It's hilarious. The smoke does it, right? It's not the fire, it's the smoke. All right, what kind of questions we got? Y'all got me for a few more minutes. Last minute question. Also, the 1 hour coaching call. People who want the 1 hour coaching call. This icon right here, hit that button below. Shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. What's your background? So many things, Em. So many things. I have been podcast producer, TikTok consultant, marketing strategist. Been a lot of things. Actor, screenwriter, influencer, a lot of things. Can I book a coaching call for my fiance? If he or she genuinely wants to do it. Which was your favorite? Comedy probably. This is my favorite, doing this, but I like to laugh. Also, are we watching Love Island? Is it already started? I haven't watched TV in so long. I need to do it. That was my most viral video last year, talking about Love Island. So I need to. I heard somebody already got kicked off for saying the N-word. Already. It's a shame. Can you elaborate on not feeling like an interview on Dates, please? Yeah, you don't want to just sit there and just ask a whole bunch of questions. Like compatibility questions, deep questions. Like, you don't want to make it a vibe that's like you're just looking for someone to fill a slot, an empty slot that you have. I saw one quit policing and the mayor was mad. All this money we spent sending you to the police academy and you wanted to become a reality TV star. Of course. They get to the bag after that show, baby. They get to the bag. Should a man test a woman's intentions with free dates in the beginning to get to know her? I wouldn't do that. I just think in general, just increase your discernment. Like, I know that's a very simplified answer, but like, I don't do that because I'm gonna read you anyway. You know? Now, to that point, first dates with me do tend to be low-key dates. We're talking coffee or cocktails. The two C's. The two C's, coffee or cocktails, is what I typically do or have done. But that's not like to test anybody. That's just, you want to know why it was coffee or cocktails? It's because when I like first got back single, I like did a lot of dating apps, and I just got so many dates that I was like, well, what's sustainable? Coffee, cocktails, that's sustainable. It wasn't even for like a filtering. I didn't look at it as a filtering mechanism. But I guess you can look at it that way. I get money, but I want to see if she really liked me for me. But you'll be able to tell that by other means, bro. If she's making time for you, she has high interest if she's making time for you. If she is extending the time that she spends with you. Y'all remember med school? We're talking about med school, right? Who's busier than somebody in med school? She would say, if we went on a date, she would say what time she would have to leave. Like, let's say 9 p.m. I gotta leave by 9. And then we'll go out, and then we'll be out until like midnight. And she'll be like, oh, I just have to start scheduling like around this, because apparently I'm not going to be able to leave when I say I'm going to. That's either someone who's really interested in you, or you're dealing with a high-end escort who knows how to manipulate at a high level. One of the two. It's like, it's not super complicated like to tell when someone's actually interested in you. I told you the highest sign of interest from a woman is like if they spend any amount of money on you. Now, I'm not telling you to look for that. I'm just saying that if that does happen, you don't have to question it. They are not spending money on people, not even a dime. They don't like you. Not a dime. You hear me? Not a dime. I mean, as small as getting you a coffee. They're not doing that, they're not fucking with you. If she spends anything, she likes you for real. So there's other signs to look for. You don't have to like intentionally go on like low-key dates to see. Let me see. How do men feel generally about women who don't drink if they regularly do? I don't know. That might be like a compatibility thing. Like, I only drink on dates. Like, I drink socially. I'm not like in my crib drinking anything. I'm a social drinker. I'm a lightweight. Do you go live daily? Yeah, I go live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern time and 9 p.m. Eastern time. Every day but Sundays. And sometimes I skip the night live because I might need a bit of shut eye. But the new ones you can expect very consistently. I drink a little cab after work. Of course you do, Maya. I want to see Coach Tipsy. I've drank on this live a few times. I just joke a lot more. A little bit more offensive as well. A little bit more offensive. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. You know what it means, Maya? This makes sense. Sometimes you're on one, right? I gotta keep y'all entertained, man. Especially when no one's asking questions. After going out a few times After going out a few times, you consider a dating towards relationship? Yeah, I think so. going out a few times, I would think it would be headed towards a relationship, unless like, I mean, there's a lot of context there, right? Like, how did you meet? Yeah, there's a lot of context there, but generally, yeah. Sent the man a bottle for our first virtual date. He was shook. Nice guy. All right. Sarah, you still gotta get the implementation package. Waiting on you. Waiting on you. Huh? Waiting on you. You sent the most beautiful bouquet of white flowers too. It was cute. Nice. Alcohol just gets in the way of the vibe, in my opinion. Not for me, buddy. Not for me. I've heard a lot of neurodivergent people say they're more themselves when they drink. And I have to agree with that because it almost serves the same function as taking like ADHD medication because it quiets the noise in your head. So for me, I'm fun sober. I'm a lot more fun with some alcohol though. A lot more fun. A lot more fun. Like, I don't dance sober. There's no dancing you're getting out of me sober. With alcohol, though, Chris Breezy. I woke up Chris Breezy. I woke up Chris Breezy. Sure did. Sure did. Absolutely. Not much either. Few sips. Go time. Clear room. Clear the room. Clear the room. It's time to get to it. Why can't you dance sober? It's not that I can't. I just don't like want to. But alcohol, shit. Different person. Go time. That's right, Mike. Go time. Go time. I'm not as relaxed. What do you mean? What do you mean not as relaxed? The stanky leg was the go-to, Jay Severa. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was the go-to. A little while back when I was younger in my 20s. I'll bust out the stanky leg right now. Huh? Not literally right now, but you know. My 20s, hell yeah. Leg was stanky. P.U. Somebody's leg stinks. It's mine. I'm doing a stanky leg. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, folks. I got a call coming up, so I must leave. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I go live daily, 12 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, if you want your 1 hour coaching call, this icon right here, it's a button below. Hit that, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Appreciate the mods, appreciate the chat. I will see you all tonight. Y'all take care. All right, you